My dad bought everyone 23 and me DNA kits for Christmas for fun, but he turned ghost white when he saw my results, ripped the paper out of my hands, and threw it into the fireplace immediately. My dad has always been the self-proclaimed family historian. He has a wall of framed ancestors in his study, and he is obsessed with our perfect lineage. He was so excited to prove we had royal blood or some Viking ancestry. We all spit in the tubes, laughed about it, and sent them off. 6 weeks later, the results came in and my dad organized a big heritage dinner. He even bought little flags for the countries he thought we came from. My mom opened hers first, mostly British and German, typical. My sister went next. She of course was similar, but also had some Scandinavian, which immediately sent my dad on a rant about how he knew we were Vikings. Then it was my turn. I opened the envelope and started reading the ethnic breakdown out loud. 40% French, 10% Scandinavian. I felt my dad stiffen behind me. He was reading over my shoulder, breathing down my neck. I moved my finger down to the bottom of the page where it lists DNA relatives. I saw a name at the top of the list and started to say, "Hey, isn't that?" Before I could finish the name, my dad lunged. Snatched the paper with a grip so tight he actually gave me a paper cut. His face had lost all color. He looked like he'd seen a ghost. "Dad, what are you doing?" He didn't answer. He crumpled the paper into a tight ball, walked stiffly to the fireplace, and tossed it directly onto the burning logs. We all watched in shock as the paper curled and turned to black ash. "It's a misprint," he stammered, his voice shaking. "I read about these. Sometimes the data gets corrupted." "I don't want you getting confused by a glitch." He refused to make eye contact. He poured himself a double scotch, downed it, and walked out of the room. My mom looked terrified, but nobody said a word. Later that night, while my parents were arguing in their bedroom, I locked my door. My dad is 60 years old. He forgot that the results aren't just on paper. I opened the app on my phone. My hands were shaking as I clicked View Report. I scrolled past the map. Down to close family, my heart stopped beating. I didn't match with my dad. The top match with 50% shared DNA was a man named Vincent. Vincent is my dad's younger brother, my Uncle Vinny, who has been in a maximum security prison for armed robbery since I was 3 years old. I felt sick. I clicked on his profile. Predicted relationship, father. I walked into the kitchen at 2 a.m. My mom was sitting there crying into her hands. I showed her the phone. She broke down. It turns out 20 years ago, she had a brief fling with the bad boy brother during a week where she and my dad were separated. My dad knew the whole time. He raised me as his own to keep me away from a criminal. And to keep the family shame hidden, he burned that paper because he couldn't stand looking at the physical proof that his son actually belongs to the brother he hates. I haven't spoken to him in 3 days. I know he was trying to protect me, but now every time I look in the mirror, I don't see my dad, I see a mugshot.